The first aircraft design that I have here is Fighter 2 with 4X heavy machine gun and the engine 3. So this would be an early production model of Fighter 2. And what I like about it is the max speed is 630, the agility is 78, and the attack is 12, production cost of 25. The airframe B, as the AI named it here, and we can pull up with the new tool here in the aircraft plane designer, we can pull up the last airframe. So as you can see to the second design here of Fighter 2, I've added 4X heavy machine gun, 2X heavy machine gun, 2X light machine gun, and engine 4. And the reason why I did this was the fact that I feel like you lose too much speed with the first iteration of the fighter. So you can see that engine 4 here gives you a lot more speed, so you're able to add on more weight onto the fighter, despite the fact that the design is slowed down. So even though the design is slowed down, the first iteration of the fighter model speed is 630 kilometers an hour, whereas the second is 690. And the difference between the air attack of these two fighters is air attack of 12 and air attack of 22. Now, let's upgrade this one further. So we've got the advanced small airframe here. The speed of the advanced small airframe only went down 10 kilometers an hour. However, the range increased 200 kilometers, which doesn't seem like that much, but actually is a lot. So you're trading a little bit of speed for more range and more agility. So Fighter 3 is definitely good. The other thing to note is that the production cost of Fighter 3 here is only like one more IC than the improved Fighter 2 design that I showed you earlier. So it's not going to cost a lot more IC. However, it does cost you one more aluminum. So let me just check that here. And aluminum 4 versus aluminum 3. So it depends in what game mode that you're playing, if you have enough aluminum to go Fighter 3. But if you have enough aluminum to do that, you could definitely go Fighter 3, and then you could even iterate upon this design, like adding more range with drop tanks. It did reduce speed a little bit by 20, but you could get more range and make more of like a long range aircraft. Just putting the 2X engine 4 on Fighter 3 here, looks like the speed went up a crazy amount. The production costs went up by 4, but this might be useful. So with the speed that high, you could load it up with heavy cannons, and the air attack goes up to 36. Let's compare it to the last iteration that only had a 4X engine. And as you can see here, the difference is the air attack is going to be up by 14. Agility, it looks like it stays the same. Fuel is actually going to be more with the plane with the 2 engines on it. And then the speed of the 2A engine plane is much greater. So you could make the 2 engine plane with extra fuel tanks here. The speed only goes down by 10. Wow. Can we add drop tanks too? Wow. So you could basically make a long range small frame fighter here. The production cost though is bonkers. However, it can go 1,650 kilometers, which would be good on the Barbarossa front or in the Pacific theater. It looks like the air defense does go down with these 2 modules here, which is interesting. But it would be a good long-range alternative fighter. It's just how many are you going to be able to field? And the reliability for every airframe, unless I missed something, is 80% fixed. So there's not going to be a lot of air accidents, and there's not going to be as many fighters being shot down. So perhaps it would be good to just go with this iteration of Fighter 3 or even Fighter 2, because you're going to have greater speed, greater range, a little bit less air defense of 2, but your air attack is going to be bonkers and your agility is going to be the same.
Subscribe or I will murder. Yippee!